at it again, and we have another one with Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk. Man, I love these. But let's dive in.
Che Guevara shirt. Give it to the Che Guevara guy. Yeah, Che Guevara, the genocidal, anti-gay revolutionary from Central and South America that he wears proudly on his shirt. Could you imagine if I wore a genocidal, anti-gay figure on my... Oh, I'd be wearing a Che Guevara shirt. Go ahead, please.
All right. Well, first off, I don't think most of that is true.
News outlets would be all over that. Oh my goodness, Charlie Kirk, you see the shirt he was wearing? My goodness, you know what he did to...
Anyway, but moving on, we'll just ignore that point for now. Have you ever...
Can't hear you.
You're going to have to start from the beginning and slow down.
Sorry, I said I don't think most of that is true, so...
Che Guevara was unbelievably anti-gay. In fact, he executed homosexuals time and time
You
again.
don't think or you don't know?
So that's a nice role model for you, but please go ahead.
I've not seen any of the evidence of that, but anyway, let's just move on. Have you ever considered how most corporations in America are structured essentially like private dictatorships, and most employees do not have any democratic control over their own workplaces? And do you think maybe that's part of the issue?
Over their own workplaces or the owner's workplace? Because the workers don't own the company. The owner owns the company. The workers just execute the plan that the owner set forth. But hey, what do I know? I don't know.
Also, have you thought about how capitalism essentially abolishes private property for 90% of the population, and the fact that most people are not given free land as a birthright is a big part of the problem?
Okay, no.
Why should you be giving...
But so let's break this down. So I'm guessing you come from a more Marxist theory of value, labor, where you want the workers to own the means of production, right?
Right.
Okay. Are you aware that over 1 million employees in America right now are part of what's called voluntary employee stock exchange programs, where they actually do own the means of production? For example, Publix grocery store, which is the best grocery store in the state of Florida, is all employee owned. So actually in a market, you have the voluntary means to be able to have your employees own, quote unquote, the means of production without ever having to fire a shot. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the Mondragon Corporation in Spain?
Oh yeah, I've heard of it. Yes, and they're also widely inefficient and doesn't work very well. But if someone wants to form that sort of corporation here in the country, in America, they can. That's what's so beautiful about a free market. If you want to have what's called an ESOP, if you file under federal tax code, an employee stock essentially exchange program, you can. If you want to have an LLC, an S corp, a C corp, you want to be the only person in your company, you can. What matters is what kind of value are you creating. And here's the big thing: is that just because someone gets rich doesn't mean someone gets poor. When someone works for somebody else, they're getting a wage, they're getting an opportunity. They're being able to get their kids through college, put food on the table. Where we disagree the most with the Marxist left is that the Marxists come after this and they will say, it is inherently exploitation if someone is gaining wealth. That is wrong. That is fundamentally wrong. If you buy a product, not only did someone have to...
It's exploitation if someone is gaining wealth, so we're all just supposed to be poor? Just everybody just supposed to be dirt broke their entire life and, oh, no. I know, I get it. Only the elitists are allowed to get rich and gain wealth. The rest of us regular folks, we're not allowed to. I think that's what they kind of want, right? Let me know.
And they will say, it is inherently exploitation if someone is gaining wealth. That is wrong. That is fundamentally wrong. If you buy a product, not only did someone have to make the product, but they have a job, they have a wage, they're able to provide for themselves. But if your product isn't good, people are not going to buy it. If your product is worthless, people are not going to keep on buying it time and time again. That is why things get better over time. Capitalism does 3 things. Makes prices go down, quality go up, and more people that have more stuff. That is why the poorest people in America are the richest people in the world.
He's right. Just because you make a product here in America, I don't have to buy it. If I choose not to purchase your product, then that is my choice. And the government can't come in and tell me that I have to buy your product to sustain your livelihood. Can't do it. You have to make something that I want or I need in order for you to get my money. That's just the way that it is. You have to provide a product or a service or the knowledge that somebody else needs or wants. Like, I don't understand why that is a bad thing. Can somebody please explain it to me? Why is that a bad thing? The fact that you have to actually contribute to society in some way, shape, or fashion in order to survive. Why is that a bad thing? Let me know. Let me know. Maybe there is something that I am missing. I could be wrong. Y'all talk to me, please. I don't see anything wrong with that. I think that's a beautiful system. You have to contribute to society in some way, shape, or fashion if you want to survive in society. Nothing wrong with that. Now, of course, you could talk about people who have disabilities and things like that. For anyone who doesn't have a disability that can actually, function, whatever the case, they should have to provide a product, service, or knowledge that somebody else needs or wants. Because I know somebody, well, what about people with disability? Well, that's a totally different subject. And obviously, it's common sense. Obviously, we need to help those folks. Duh. That's kind of, well, I guess I shouldn't say duh because common sense is no longer common. But yeah, y'all let me know how y'all feel about it in the comment section.
How do you, what about like people who don't have any money? If you use money to determine people's wants and needs, then essentially people who don't have any money are going to be like...
Go out and work. Get a job. Arm yourself with some type of skill. People are just afraid of work ethic at all. Oh, I just want to sit at home and do nothing all day and just have what I need and what I want. No, you got to work. Get your behind up and let's get to work. Suit up and lace your boots up. The same way all of our grandparents did. Suit up and lace your boots up. Let's get to work. This stuff is crazy to me.
Needs then essentially people who don't have any money are going to be left out.
This is,
it's like when money is speech.
What do you mean? How do you count people with no money? This is America. Right. If you have no money, you can work hard and you will be awarded for that. I started with absolutely nothing in my life, so I'm the person you're looking for. I'm the person you're looking for. I started my life $150,000 in debt. Came from a two-parent home. My parents divorced. They couldn't give me any money. I was out on my own since I was 16 years old. I'm doing pretty well right now. You want to know what I did? I didn't turn to the government. I didn't cry. I didn't say white man bad or orange man bad. I got a job and I started working. And I paid down my student loan.
Give it up for Candace.
That kind of caught me off guard.
Woo!
We just have to stop handing out people excuses. This idea of like this is the victim mentality. It's like, what are we going to do about this victim? Tell them how to be a victor. That's what we're going to do. This is America.
And every single policy that Candace and I fight for is how do we get more opportunity to more people, whether it be school choice, whether it be entrepreneurship, opportunity zones, getting people off of government welfare. So you ask, what about people with no money? We have tried to help people through government.
3 things you need to get out of poverty. It's get a job, graduate high school, and don't have kids before you get married. And that's it. Then you get out of the middle. You get out of the lower class.
Would you like to trade in your shirt for a Socialism Sucks shirt, or... What do you think?
That was actually a good joke.
I'm good, thanks.
So even after all of that, he still prefers to have it all handed to him. Once again, and I'll be reading back through the comment section as I always do. I have yet to come across a good reason why, a good explanation why socialism is a good idea. I have yet to see it, honestly and truthfully, and I've asked several times. I have yet to see why it is a great idea. I mean, if you guys want to dive into more socialism videos, we definitely can. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm the most knowledgeable on the topic. Y'all know that I'm not. I've said that time and time again, but from what I've seen, what I've heard, what I've read, it's not a good idea, and where it has been implemented, it has not worked. It hasn't worked every time. And in cases where people say, hey, this is a socialist situation, it isn't. So like, I don't understand how anyone could still, I sit back and I try to understand where folks are coming from, because just yelling and screaming, doing all this kind of stuff back and forth, it doesn't get us anywhere. It's why it's frustrating to watch some of these videos and heartbreaking to watch some of these videos where you have individuals just yelling and screaming and trying to be super violent against someone who doesn't agree with them. That doesn't advance us anywhere. That takes us back in the opposite direction. It does. It truly does. And I don't know if these people understand that or even if they even care about that. But that is taking us backwards, not forward. The way we go forward is having open and honest dialogue, even with individuals we disagree with. It's being able to come back to the table, shake hands, and eat a meal together, even after we had a serious debate. But I feel like that's increasingly more rare these days. Everything's become super polarized, and I don't know. It's crazy to watch and to see everything that's going on. So, like I said, I try to listen to understand folks, and it's why I brought up the socialism explanation video, because a couple of you said in the comment section that I had the wrong idea of it. So I was like, okay, well, let me pull up another video, and I'll check it out with you guys, and we'll see if we can come to some type of conclusion, on what it exactly it is, what it entails, why it's a good idea or not a good idea. And yeah, but if there is a video out there, let me know in the comment section, please. I'll check it out right here on the channel. And y'all, I'll be honest, if there is something that is good that I'm missing about socialism, if it is, a really, really great idea and we should implement it here in America, I'll say that. I'll say it. But I have yet to see any evidence of it. So, yeah. Crazy. Dictator on the shirt. But also, like I said, and I'll bring this back because I think it's a really fantastic idea. I think a lot of these individuals who promote socialism or Marxism and wear shirts with these individuals on the shirts, I think we should fund their trip to Cuba or Venezuela. We should fund their trip there and let them experience it firsthand. Because clearly us having conversations and talking about it and watching videos online about it hasn't advanced the conversation anywhere. So why not? I mean, we're spending money everywhere else. So why not provide a fund where we send some of these individuals to Cuba or to Venezuela, and obviously we'll bring them back. We're not gonna, strand people in other countries. That's not what I'm trying to say. There's no there's no sinister behavior going on here. I'm not saying, hey, ship them off, don't bring them back type of situation. No. We'll bring them back, but just so they can experience what it actually is and where it's been implemented and tried and what has been the result. So they can see it live in the flesh and actually talk to the people that actually live in those environments firsthand for themselves, so they don't have to hear it through the news or hear it through someone that they see as the enemy. They can hear it from the people right there on the streets. I think that would advance the conversation here in America. But hey, what do I know? Y'all let me know what you thought about all of this in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and of course, hit that subscribe button before you go. And if you would like to support the channel more than you already have by watching it to this point, my PayPal link is in the description below. Peace and love. I'm out.